Yo, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, what is up? What is good? The king! Yeah, the king of code is here today, bringing you guys and gals coding. Wow. And we're back. Advent of Code 2017, Day 2, Part 2. Let's get it. Great work. Looks like we're on the right track after all. Here's a star for your efforts. However, the program seems a little worried. Wait, can programs even be worried? Whatever. Based on what we're seeing, it looks like all the user wanted is some information about the evenly divisible values in the spreadsheet. Unfortunately, none of us are equipped for that kind of calculation. Most of us specialize in bitwise operations. It sounds like the goal is to find the only two numbers in each row where one evenly divides the other. That is, where the result of the division operation is a whole number. They would like you to find those numbers on each line, divide them, and add up each line's result. For example, given the following spreadsheet, 5928, 9473, 3865, in the first row, the only two numbers that evenly divide are 8 and 2. The result of this division is 4. In the second row, the two numbers are 9 and 3. The result is 3. In the third row, the result is 2. And in this example, the sum of these results would be 4 plus 3 plus 2, which equals 9. What is the sum of each row's result in your puzzle input? Alright. So,
you don't know the way.
Do you know the way?
You have to have Ebola to know the way. It doesn't know the way.
To know the way, you need to have Ebola.
This part is actually different, and this answer is different. But this input stays the same, but the answer will be different. Let's see. So the input for today, this example, is this. And okay, because we're not just finding in part 1, we had to find the checksum, which is the difference between the maximum and the minimum. But since we're not doing that anymore, let's change the function name to, I don't know, division sum. Yeah. And let's ignore this for now. We're just gonna focus on this example. So let's see. If you remember from last time, we received a string and we split it up based on each new line. That's this part right here. And then that would become an element in an array. And then we split up each element, which would be one line, based on the spaces in that line, in that string, which would be this part right here. And then we'd convert each single integer from a string to an actual integer. And that's this part right here. And just to show you what I mean, just to refresh, I'm gonna say Ruby day 2 part 2.rb. Okay, you can ignore this part for now, it's not important. You can see here that we start off with a string and then we split it into 3 items, and each item is an array with 4 items, and those items are all integers, and we can work with that. So we're gonna keep that part from part 1, but this part right here is gonna have to change. We're still gonna be keeping track of a sum, and we're still gonna start at 0, but this code we don't need it anymore. Here we're gonna loop through each row, and we have to find the two numbers that are divisible by each other and divide them up. Okay, so let's write it down.
What happened to my Buddha? What happened to
my Ebola is not allowed in this land.
my Buddha? I will remember you.
And then add the result to the sum. And that should give us the answer to our problem, which is 4 plus 3 plus 2, which equals 9. So let's see if we can get 9. So to find the two numbers that are divisible by each other,
do you know the way?
First, what I want to do is, so we have
doesn't know the way.
Okay, I'm gonna take the puts out for now, and first I'm just gonna print out each row.
You have to have Ebola to know the way.
So when we loop through the rows, this is what each row is gonna get.
Show us the way, Commander.
Get out
Commander,
the way.
show the
Get
way.
out.
What I want to do is I want to say row dot each, and we're gonna call this num. And here we can see we're just looping through every number in each array. But I also want to print out row. So here we see a 5, 9, 2, 8, and then a 5, a 5, 9, 2, 8, and then a 9, a 5, 9, 2, 8, and then a 2 in that pattern. But I also want an array similar to it, but without the number. So row minus num. Oops.
It doesn't know the way.
Okay, you can't do that. Okay, I think what I have to do is duplicate. I have to make a duplicate of the row array like this, and then I'll save it into a variable like this. I have to delete number from that array, and then I should be able to have an array almost like the first array, the original array, minus the current number that we're dealing with. So here we see that the original array is 5, 9, 2, 8, and the current number is 5, and so that means that 5 should not be in the duplicate array. And then next we have 5, 9, 2, 8, current number is 9, so 9 is not in the next array, in the duplicate array. 5, 9, 2, 8, current number 2, so 2 is not in the duplicate. That's what I want, because now what I want to do is check if
Do you know the way? You do not know the way.
He does not know where.
If you do not know the way, you are not welcome.
check if number matches any of duplicate, then we want to okay, so I forgot this one part. So here in the end, we're trying to add something to a sum. We're just gonna call that addEnd, if I can spell right. And at the beginning, we're gonna start with addEnd, and it's just gonna be 0. So if we don't find anything, just add nothing to sum. And here, if number matches any number in the duplicate array, actually, no, that's wrong. If num divided by any, we'll figure that out.
Doesn't know the way.
And then we want to change addEnd. This is this part right here. Same thing, divide them. Okay, so let's figure out this if statement. I want to loop through each item in this duplicate, and I'll just call this num2 because I'm lazy and uncreative. Okay, if num1 divided by num2, okay, no, if the remainder, I think I could uncomment this out now. Okay, so I'm gonna print out num. Okay, I'm gonna put out the remainder so I can show you guys a little of the thought process. Okay, this is kind of that should look a little better. So here we see that number 1 is 5, number 2 is 9, and the remainder is 5. If we try to divide 5 by 9, we get 0 with a remainder of 5. Divide 5 by 2, remainder is 1. 5 by 8, 5. 9 and 5, 4. 9 and 2, 1. 9 and 8, 1. 2 and 5, 1. 2 and 9, 1. 2 and 8, 2. 8 and 5, 3. 8 and 9, 8. 8 and 2, 0. Ooh, that's interesting. These are the two numbers that we're trying to look for. Because remember in the example it said, 2 and 8 are the two numbers we look for, and if you divide them you get 4. So the condition is, if you divide them and the remainder is 0, then use that division answer and add that to the sum. So that's what we're going to do. If num modulus num2, the remainder between these two is 0, then change addEnd to num divided by num2. Okay, that should work. Let's try it. If we get 9, we did it right. Oh, we have to print out the answer, and here we're getting 9. So it looks like it's working. Let's try it with this really big input and see what we get. We get 282. Okay, now the question is that the correct answer? Yes, it is.
Let us conquer.
It's all around me. What the heck? Stop! Stop! No!
The devil is on our side. I will get my phone and put on the song of my people.
So this problem is solved. We can simplify this a little bit by turning this if statement, since there's no else, you can turn this into a one-liner by putting the code in front and then the if statement after. Get rid of the end keyword. You can shorten this by changing the do and end keywords into curly braces and turning it into a one-liner each block. And well, yeah, that's pretty much it. Get rid of all the extra white space and comments, and that should work the same. Well, that's all I have for you guys today. Stay tuned. Until next time. See you later.
Let us smell this beautiful.
Just a prank, my nigga! Just a prank, my nigga!
I will never forget you, my brother.
Goodbye, Commander.
I will miss you. You are a good man. I will miss you. And have a good night. Whatever will bless you.
Goodbye, brother. Goodbye, brother.